Cynthia, thank you for joining us today. For everybody listening to the recording or any other form of the interview, we are the Inland Empire Brown Berets Autonomous Chapter here based in the Inland Empire. And we have a special interview. This is what we hope to do today, is bring you a testimony from the madre, from the matriarch of basically any chapter that's here in the Inland Empire that is a Brown Beret chapter. This is the person who really provides the guidance for us, who is a living, breathing testament. Cynthia Barajas has been a beret since the start of the beret's existence, and she's from the Casa Blanca community in Riverside. And like I said, she provides a lot of guidance to the younger berets of this time. And so we wanted to capture her testimony today, get into how she joined the berets, get into what it was like during her youth in the berets, and then kind of getting into more of the legacy that she's leaving and where we are now. And so we have an interview that we're very excited to bring you all. And Cynthia, if you want to introduce yourself, a small introduction of yourself, of anything that you want the people to know before we get into all the other questions.
Okay. Cynthia Barajas, Brown Beret from Casa Blanca, Chapter 46. And I'm 72 years old. I've been a beret for 55 years, going on 56 years. And I'm still active.
How do you feel today?
How do I feel?
Today.
I feel good. I feel good about everything I've done. And I feel that there's still a lot to do, because as Chicanos, we need more unity. And as Brown Berets, we also need more unity. I formed a elders committee. I'm an administrator of an elders committee now. I stepped down my leadership. I gave it to someone else, Casa Blanca. And I formed an elders council from all elders from 65 and up who have been berets from the 1960s.
It's amazing, amazing. Well, thank you for joining us, Cynthia. We'll get into the first question, which I'll say it for everybody who's listening. And by the way, Cynthia's, she has a little difficulty hearing. So if you're wondering, anybody who's listening to the recording, we're just, that we're also making those accommodations there. So just wanted to address that. But question number one is, please go into detail about how you joined the Berets, the place, the year, how old you were at the time. Did you decide on your own, or were you recruited? Other parts of this question is, what was the autonomous chapter, or was it national? And then fourthly is, what were the issues that your local chapter was involved in? So we'll go line by line,
Okay.
So go into detail of how you joined the
Okay,
Berets.
so number one, please go to detail about how you first joined the Berets. Well, the place where I first joined was Riverside. I joined in Casa Blanca, really. And the year was 1968, and I was 14 years old. Okay, number one.
That's right, that's right.
Okay.
You're doing good.
Did you decide on your own, or were you recruited? I was recruited. It was a decision that I made, but I was recruited in. I was recruited also a Mecha from our RCC. The students talked to me because of what happened in school. It was very racist, so they encouraged me to join. They wanted me to join Mecha and start a Mecha at Ramona High School, but I said I joined the Berets in Casa Blanca.
Because there was already a chapter there?
There was one chapter. It was just one chapter.
That's right.
David was the prime minister. Okay, the Brown Berets. There was chapters all over. We had different chapters, starting from 1 to 100. I think it was 26 chapters that David ran. He was the prime minister. There was only one leader. It's not as today. Everybody wants to be a leader. Everybody has their own leader. They have auto-anonymous berets now, which I feel that it's all chaos to be auto-anonymous. You have to have a leader. We're a military organization.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for keeping it concise. What were the issues?
What was the autonomous chapter, or was it national? Okay, there was no autonomous chapters because we were in chapters. It was David was prime minister. What we did have is La Causa Berets. We had national berets. That was David, and we had La Causa. Casa Blanca was La Causa Berets, and we had Aslan Berets, which started back in Colton. Okay, those were, and they had some in San Diego too. But we were the only La Causa chapter. We decided, we were not going to go. We had one beret or two berets sometimes that we would appoint national, so that they would give us feedback from David, Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. So you had points of contact. That makes sense. And then, what were the issues that your local chapter was involved in?
Oh, we were involved in. Let's see. We were involved in. Let's see, what was the issue of the local chapter? My chapter, right? The Casa Blanca chapter. Right. We were involved in a lot of the police brutality, okay? We had a lot of incidents with police. We're very unjust with the people from our community. And we also had issues with like school, okay, our walkouts and stuff, right. Okay. We fought for affirmative action, equal opportunity, to hire us Chicanos, more Chicanos. And we had a lot of racism, we had equality, we fought for civil rights also. And we fought the Nazis.
Yeah, that's right.
They called them the Proud Boys. We called them the Nazis. They would come into the town, Not just one, two times. They came a couple of times,
Right.
Instigated things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Cynthia. So, yes, we're moving right along. Number 2 is, what was the movimiento like then? What was the movimiento like then? What were the berets like then? And to get into kind of an idea,
describe the energy, the leaders, and the controversies, the struggle. Okay, what was the movement like? Okay, just describe the energy like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of this question is more so to, when you're talking about young organizers, it may be different for them today. So what was it like then? Kind of give us that feeling of what it was like then.
Well. When the berets started, that's why I got into the berets, it was like we all had the opportunity to have a voice. They would encourage us, the demonstrations and the protests. And we're confronted by a lot of injustice to our people, especially in Casa Blanca. We were a Chicano community. We were 99% Chicanos, all the community. We had no black, maybe 1, 2 black families. No white. It was all Mexican. So we all had a voice. The Brown Berets, the leaders and all that started recruiting. We were really united. We got really united. The clubs started getting out of the clubs and becoming berets. So we started united. Started getting really beautiful. We started fighting all together. And it wasn't like that before. The clubs did their thing, and then when the berets came along, the club, a lot of people got out of the clubs. We told them, the berets, if you're going to be in the Brown Berets, you can't be in a club. So they were willing to get out of the clubs, and I was amazed how many people got out.
Well, so when you're saying club, you're talking about people who have their patches.
We're talking about club, like Conquistadores, the Calaveros, the Diablos, the Pachucones. We had a lot of clubs. And everybody got out, and got into the berets. They started marching with us and started protesting, and we all started fighting for the same thing because everybody was harassed in the barrio. It was just not 1 or 2 people. Everyone, especially our young people, young people.
That's amazing. You got the question perfect. That was perfect. That's exactly what I was talking about right there. Is there anything you want to add to that? Anything you want to say also, or you feel good?
Yeah, everybody wanted to change. We were going to make a change. It's put it like that.
That's right.
That's how united we got.
That's cool. Number 3 is, What are some of the most significant demonstrations, marchas, protests that you have been involved in during your 50 years as a beret? Those real big things that stand out to you.
Okay. Oh, I started at the time of the walkouts. Okay. The walkouts. We had walkouts because we were treated unfairly. You know, it was like they brought in the schools the integration. Yeah, we went to the schools, we were segregated. We were Chicanos on one side and the white people. Our lockers were on one side and the white people. They separated us all the time. We were always separated since we got out of our Casa Blanca school. I went to a Casa Blanca school where all Mexican Americans and black attended the school. Once the integration came in and the busing and all that, it's like took us to different schools, and it's like, wow, really, you know, we never really been around white people. It was something new. It was kind of to us, it was kind of odd and scary, you know.
Yeah.
We didn't know what to expect. Well, the same with, you know, the walkouts. When we got to high school, it was still the same racism, you know, the separation, you know. We're supposed to be integrated, not even the white people. The white kids didn't like us. They looked down at us. Yeah, they all looked down at us.
Yeah.
You know, even since we left the Casa Blanca school, when they integrated us, it's like they looked down at us really bad. They started calling us names, you know, wetback, you know, dirty Mexicans, beaners, you know, you name it. When they call us, you know, if we go in the restroom, it was like they would push us out, like, you know, like if we had cooties or something, you know.
Right.
It was bad. It was really humiliating when we went to school. So even in high school, what happened in high school, we had riots, you know, and we had walkouts. We had it. When the walkouts came, we had enough. Enough is enough. We all got together. Mechas from UCR and RCC, they all got together and went into the school. They knew there was problems, especially at Ramona High School where the riots started. It's just really bad.
Yeah. And so any other, what are some other ones? So you were for the walkouts.
Yeah, okay, and that's one, okay? That was the first thing that started, that fired me up and started me in the Berets. I said, ya basta, I'm going to fight, you know?
Right.
So then after the walkouts, we had a Marcha de Reconquista, okay? Before that, we had protesters about police brutality. And then we went into Marcha de Reconquista. We marched 500 miles from Calexico to Sacramento, okay? Wow. And then we had the Catalina Island invasion of the land grants, you know.
So you were in there?
Yes, I was in the island.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was in a uniform. I was supposed to be undercover, you know, giving the supplies. We were bringing in supplies, you know, and the boats were bringing in supplies, the Berets, but you know, they were running out stuff. It was hard to get to them. They were like, you know, they were surrounded.
They were on a hill, right?
They were in the hill, yeah.
Right, that's right.
So we went out in the town, me, the commander, and the field marshal, and another Beret commander. We were to receive the everything they needed. We were to contact with them, but it was getting hard because they were being watched.
Yeah.
You know, so.
So can I ask you, where were you getting the supplies from? Where were you getting supplies?
Oh, we had supplies. Everybody would donate us supplies. So all the donations were coming in, and we had money too. The Berets, you know, they had bought supplies also. So the field marshal had the supplies. The field marshal was from Redland, Gilbert, and he would we would pick it up in a truck and we put it on a boat. We had to pay on that too.
Wow.
So it was really getting hard, you know, on us.
Yeah, so you would have the supplies, and when you got on the boat, did they say, no, you can't bring that?
They weren't watching us. They didn't even, they didn't know. We were supposed to be undercover, you know, we do it real sneaky, and we did. Because we got them supplies in.
And how long did you give supplies for? Because it lasted for a few months, right?
Yeah. At the end, towards the last month, it was hard. We couldn't get it. We couldn't get the supplies to them, and we were being watched too. We're kind of like. We were kind of getting scared because we were kind of like, we felt we were getting watched. So we were trying to be real careful, you know. And when we got to, when we were going up to the hill, it's like, we couldn't do it. National Guards, and they were surrounded.
Oh my God.
They were surrounded. I think David saw that, and that's when David got kind of scared. But see, the whole thing, the issue there was that David, the Berets were supposed to get arrested. If it came to that, they all were supposed to get arrested, not get off that island, and we were to take that to court with the land grants.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because Catalina Island belongs to Mexico, not to the Wrigley brothers. The Wrigley brothers took the island on their own. They stole that. It belongs to Mexico, though. To this day, it belongs to Mexico. That's not in the treaty.
Okay. It's not in the Treaty of Guadalupe.
No, that belongs to Mexico.
Oh, okay. That's some history I didn't know. That's some history I didn't know about Catalina. You said Gilbert. Are you able to say his last name?
Gilbert. No, I don't know. I can't remember his last name, but he was from Redlands. He was our field marshal.
Okay.
I can't remember Gilbert's last name. Cool. I was trying to think about it the other day. I was thinking about Catalina Island, and I was thinking about Gilbert. I'm wondering if he's still alive.
Right. How many people from the Inland Empire were active in the Catalina Island situation?
How many Berets?
How many Berets from the Inland Empire?
The Inland Empire?
Yeah.
Oh.
The reason I ask is because I think when people think about that situation, they think it's solely from LA to Catalina Island, something happened.
You're talking an empire from here to Coachella to India to that?
Yeah,
oh, Lord Jesus. There was many.
Okay.
Many Berets. Like I said, we got united. Everybody just, they see the Marcha de Reconquista, you know, we recruited in every community that we were marching. We stopped, they greeted us, they would feed us, we recruited more. It just got so big, you know.
Wow.
People would come and go home, come and go home. Everybody took turn, you know.
Right.